Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Bedrock Hardcore. In this episode, we're going to be taking this world from day 400 all the way to day 500, and hopefully we'll be able to achieve lots of awesome things along the way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this adventure. So in the last episode, we spent a long time building this storage room, which, to be honest, I really like. But there's one main issue. If we take a look here round the back, there's literally no redstone behind the chests. My intention is to make this entire thing fully automatic, but that's gonna involve a lot of hoppers. And for a bunch of hoppers, I'll need a lot of iron. But unfortunately, what you're currently looking at on your screen is literally all the iron I have to my name. And obviously, this is not gonna be anywhere near enough. I'm gonna need a lot more iron, so I can go about this one of two ways. Number one, I can spend the rest of this video manually gathering iron, or number two, I could just cave in and create an automatic iron farm. Seeing as I actually want to do some stuff in this episode, I think the latter option would probably be smarter. So let's find a design that I think would work. Okay, so I've found a design. It's by the good old Silent Whisperer, so I'm 99% sure that this is going to be very reliable. Of course, before we get to work actually building this thing, I'm gonna have to gather the materials. Luckily though, from the looks of it, this seems like a pretty cheap iron farm, and I'm not gonna need much at all. So let me... wait a second. What the heck? Silent Whisperer? Huh? Get out of here. Okay, I have absolutely no idea what that was about, but as I was saying, let me quickly go through this random chest monster, and we'll see if I have all of the materials I need. Okay, awesome. As expected, I had all of the materials in my storage, besides one thing, and that is 20 villagers. Because obviously, you need villagers for an iron farm to work. So before I actually start building the farm, I need to get my hands on 20 villagers. And because I don't want to transport 20 villagers to my base, I think I'm gonna transport 2 and then just make a villager breeder here. I think we would all agree that that would be a much smarter option. Now, if I remember correctly, I think in this desert here, there should be a village. Yep, I remembered correctly, there's one just here. Oh no, I'm starting to get slightly worried. Villagers? Hello? Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think there's any villagers left here. I guess they've all just been killed. This is not good. Oh my gosh, I guess I'm gonna have to try and find a different village. Well, I'm here on the mythical website known as Chunk Base, and it seems to me like there's a different village in the opposite direction that's about 1,000 blocks away, which isn't the best news because that means that I'm gonna have to transport 2 villagers 1,000 blocks, but there's no real other option. So let's just see if Chunk Base is actually telling me the truth or not, and let's see if there's actually a village here. Okay, cool, there is. And there's also plenty of alive villagers. So let me quickly grab 2 logs, get my crafting table out, convert those logs into planks, and craft a boat. Hey sir, fancy getting kidnapped? Don't you at me. Right, for that, you're getting in my boat. Jeez, this is gonna be a long journey back home. Okay, and there we go. That is the first villager fully transported back to my base. That wasn't actually too painful because most of the journey was actually on water, and there's now a blue parrot in the boat as well. You are not a panda, so I think I'll keep you alive. Unfortunately, that doesn't apply for this guy right here. Sorry about that, sir. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying. You, sir, please do not die. I've got my eye on you. Don't think about getting killed by a zombie or something. I'd be very sad if you did. Anyway, let's head back to the village and kidnap another villager. I'm hoping that this journey will go as smoothly as the last one. Okay, and villager number 2 is now home. That went really smoothly. So now all we have to worry about is breeding these guys. So to make villagers breed, you need 2 things. And the first thing is a bunch of beds. So let's let me have a quick look in my chest monster to see if I've got all of the wool. Well, flip. It turns out that I actually have 0 pieces of wool to my name. I'm not even sure how that's possible, but whatever. I do have almost 2 stacks of string though, so I can just craft that into wool, and that gives me 26 pieces. And I need 20 beds to make 20 villagers, meaning that I need 60 pieces of wool. So that means that I'm 34 short. But no worries, because I can just take 2 pieces of iron and make myself some shears so that I can jump around shearing sheep. So I'll see you guys once I've got enough wool. Okay, cool. 60 pieces of white wool are now acquired. Now I just need to really quickly chop down a couple of trees because I may or may not have used all of my logs crafting them into chests. But now I have a bunch of planks back and I can head back home and craft a bunch of beds. And seeing as I think I'm just gonna have this as a temporary villager breeder, I'm just gonna place all of the beds out here. Okay, we've done most of the things we need to do. Now there's just one step left, which is to give these guys a ton of food, and then, fingers crossed, assuming I haven't messed up and done everything completely wrong, these guys should, in theory, just, I guess, start penetrating each other. I mean breeding. Yeah, that's what you're meant to say. Anyway, you may be wondering, Smurf, what are you gonna feed these guys? Well, in the first episode of this series, I made a huge farm for wheat, potatoes, and carrots. So we should have plenty of food. Let me use my fortune pickaxe so I get a bunch of extra carrots and potatoes. And let's just grab a few carrots real quick and see if I can get a new baby villager. And then once that I can tell that this is gonna work, I'll go ahead and get the remainder of the babies. This is probably not gonna be a good idea, but I think I'm just gonna try and do this completely outside. Let's just hope that nobody escapes or gets eaten by zombies. Okay, apparently both of these guys are just stuck in the water. Not entirely sure how, but if I just get them back in the boat and place some water to get back onto the land, this should set them free. So I'll just go ahead and do the same thing with this guy. Okay, this is the moment of truth. You, sir, take some carrots. And you, sir, also take some carrots. Now do the thing. Guys? Man, what the heck? Come on! I'm not looking at all. Come on, just do the thing. There's no pressure. Where are you going? Oh, geez. This is gonna be a long day. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a break and touch some grass in real life. I know, they said it could never be done. But when I'll come back, I'll try and figure out why these guys are being difficult. Okay, I'm back, and I feel pretty stupid. Somehow, I managed to completely forget a very crucial part. And that is to have a bunch of workstations. I have no idea how I managed to forget that, but whatever. I think my workstation of choice is gonna be a bunch of smithing tables. So I'm hoping if I can get these villagers fully linked up, this should actually work now. Okay, they're both linked. Let me quickly grab a few more carrots. Now, once again, you guys take some of these and start breeding. Hey! Okay, cool. It's working now. I got slightly worried there, but from this point onwards, this should be pretty smooth sailing. Oh, hey, look, it's another brown panda. This is the second brown panda that I've seen in this world. If you guys didn't know, brown pandas are actually really rare. So I think I'm definitely gonna keep this guy forever. Oh, whoops. Oh no, I can't help myself. Aww. Anyway, got slightly distracted there, but as you can see, I now have a baby villager. So now it's just a case of continuing this grind until I have about 20 in total. Okay, and a couple of days later, I have all of the villagers I need. That did not take long at all, which was nice. As you can see, I also made this little pen here just to stop the villagers escaping. Anyway, Anyway, now that I have all of these guys gathered up, that means that I technically now have all of the materials that I need for the iron farm. But before we start building it, I think I'm gonna go and quickly repair my tools at my gold farm, because let's face it, they're currently looking a little bit worse for wear. Okay, my gear is now fully repaired, so without any further ado, it is now time to build this iron farm. Well, that didn't take very long. As you saw in the montage, I ended up decorating this room as well, because I'm planning to decorate all of the rooms in this base. As you can see, I've got all of my villagers lined up on the wall here, so in a way, this doubles up as a villager trading hall. Anyway, now it was finally time to begin working on making this storage system automatic. I'm once again gonna use a design from Silent Whisperer, and I pretty much had all of the materials that I needed, besides one thing, which was of course hoppers. And to make hoppers, you need iron, which is why we built the iron farm, but you also need a lot of chests to make hoppers. And I pretty much have no wood to my name because I used it all on the storage already, so I had to spend a few days chopping down trees in the local area. So once I had acquired all of the chests I needed, it was time to AFK at my newly built iron farm to get all of the iron. So I ended up AFKing at the farm for a grand total of 45 Minecraft days. Unfortunately though, believe it or not, I only had about a quarter of all the iron I needed, which was a shame because I wasn't able to complete the goal of fully automating the storage system in this episode. But I guess it's to be expected, as this is a very small and simple iron farm, so of course the rates weren't gonna be amazing. The good thing about it though is that it's built right in my base, so this thing will just be passively generating me iron as long as I'm nearby, which is nice. Anyway, with the iron that I did have, I placed all of the hoppers and redstone at the back of about a quarter of the chests. Hopefully in a couple of episodes time, we'll have enough iron to fully link this thing up. Anyway, with 22 days left of this episode, I decided that it was time to start one of the biggest projects I've ever done in my entire life. And what is this project, you may ask? Well, while I'm moving my beacon, I'll tell you. For a couple of years, I've had the idea to completely remove the end island and make my very own end hub surrounding the portal. But I've never done it because I've always played on multiplayer servers, and just removing the end isn't really something we've ever done. However, this is my single player world, meaning that I can do whatever I want. So I figured that right now is a better opportunity than ever to do this project. So first of all, I need to get rid of the end island. On Java Edition, people will typically use some TNT duping flying machines to get rid of all of the end stone. But unfortunately, TNT duping doesn't exist on Bedrock, so instead, I'm gonna get rid of this entire end island with just my pickaxe. pickaxe. Obviously, this is gonna take a ridiculous amount of time, so I'm not expecting to complete this project anytime soon. But I do want to make a start in this episode. So let's see how much progress I can make with my pickaxe in 21 Minecraft days, or roughly 7 hours. Okay, well, for 7 hours of digging, I'm not gonna lie, this is very underwhelming. This project is probably gonna take all year, but that's okay. If you didn't know, endstone is actually not instant mineable, which is why things like this take so long. Also, I just thought I'd mention that this glass floor that I placed at the bottom of the end in the last episode genuinely saved my life more times than I can count on my fingers. So I'm really glad that I did that project. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited for this project, and I'm looking forward to building the end hub as well. I've got it fully designed block for block, but I'm not sure when I'm gonna reveal that. I'll decide at some point. But yeah, with all of that said, it is now day 500 in this world. We are halfway there to 1000 days, and I think I'll probably be the first person to hit 1000 days in Minecraft Bedrock Hardcore, which will be pretty fun. Anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and also subscribing to the channel. At the time of recording, we are 700 subscribers away from 10,000, which has basically been my main goal in life for a little while now, so if you could help me out by subscribing to the channel, I would really appreciate that. Anyway, with all of that said, I'll see you guys in the next episode.